Alright, what's good YouTube, it's Aurzyn DF, and in today's video, I'm going to bring you guys a dribble tutorial. I get a lot of comments and questions asking me for my dribble moves on every single build, and how to dribble on this build, and how to dribble on that build. So in today's video, I'm going to be showing y'all how to dribble on all three of my main builds, my facilitating finisher, my play shot, and my Playglass. They all have 3 different ball control ratings. So if you guys are struggling, with getting open or with dribbling in general, this is the video to watch. I'm going to be giving you guys every single thing you guys need to dribble better, and overall just going over some of the best moves in NBA 2K22. If you guys do not know already as well, DF has merch, the dfclan.com. The link is in the description. Go buy some DF merch and use the code Aurzyn at checkout for 5% off your order. As well as if you are new around here, make sure that sub button. I don't want to waste too much more time, but let's get straight into the video. Okay guys, so the first thing you guys are going to want to do is go to your settings and controller settings, right? Your vibration does not matter. If you like vibration, you can keep it on, but the main thing you guys want is pro stick function. You want this on default or dribble moves. Now I prefer to have it on default because it helps with dunking. If I use it for dunking, I can use the pro stick. Otherwise, if it's on dribble moves, I can't use it for dunking and only dribble moves. But you can put it on default and still get all the dribble moves. So make sure your pro stick is on default and make sure your pro stick orientation is on absolute. But yeah, make sure you guys have this on absolute. 100% need that for this dribble tutorial. Moving into one of the next most important things is going to be the badges. Now going over the most important playmaking badges right here, the main 2 ones are going to be quick chain and quick first step. These are the 2 most important badges just because they allow you to dribble a lot faster. Now moving after that, definitely handles for days is up there. Put this on Hall of Fame. It's basically going to allow you to dribble without running out of stamina, which is very, very important. I would recommend putting on Bronze Bailout. It's going to allow you to pass out of shots like in midair, and it won't let you turn the ball over. Even at Bronze is the only thing you need. You don't need higher than that. Bullet Passer, it's going to allow you to pass the ball quicker to like your teammates, and overall just going to make your passes faster. Unpluckable, I put it like Silver. I feel like that's really all you needed at. You can go higher if you want, and then finally you can put Hyper Drive. It basically just makes your speed boosting faster and overall just all your dribbling faster. This is the way I would run my badges if I had 21. If you guys have more or less badges, you guys can kind of adjust them, put on maybe higher Bullet Passer, Impeccable, Floor General, something like that. But overall, if this is probably an average amount of playmaking badges, if you have these playmaking badges, put these on right here, and that's going to work best for you. Okay guys, so quickly going through the dribble moves you guys are going to need for this dribble tutorial. I'm just gonna go over every single one, what they kind of do real quick. So dribble style, this is gonna be how you speed boost. It's gonna be your speed boost animation. I would recommend Quick or Steve Nash, or if you were a little bit tall, you can't get Steve Nash, I would recommend Paul George. But overall, I'd say Quick is probably the best one. Moving on to signature size up. Now this is a very, very important dribble move. What this move allows you to do is basically all your default dribble moves. It's gonna be your standing crossover, standing between the legs, standing behind the back, all those kind of things. So this is really your basic dribble moves. The best ones are going to be D Rose right here. Stephon Marbury is good, and De'Aaron Fox. These are all good ones. Kemba Walker is also good if you want to try that one out. I'm going to put on D Rose just because I think it's the best one. Signature combos, this one does not matter too much, but you can put on Jay Williams right there. Side skate package, this is another very, very, very important dribble move. You guys can kind of see my player doing some of the moves to the side. These are just like the normal ones. The best one for this is going to be Damian Lillard or Trae Young. It's kind of preference. Damian Lillard has the super long AI step back, but Trae Young just has better moves in my opinion. So I would test out both, see which one you like better. And if you have a lower ball control, put on LeBron James. LeBron James has that super long AI step back. That's also very, very good. Now going on to moving crossover right here, LeBron James. Moving behind the back is going to be Damian Lillard or Scottie Pippen. I like Scottie Pippen a little bit more. Moving spin, you can keep that basic. Moving hesitation, it doesn't really matter. You can put on KD. And finally, for moving step back, I actually don't have it unlocked on this player, but I would definitely be using Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler is the best one. Other than that, you can put on like Luka or Kyrie. But Jimmy Butler, I think, is definitely the best one. So that's the one I would recommend you buying and putting on. I don't have it on this player because I don't play on this player a lot. But Jimmy Butler is definitely the one I would go with. And if there's any moves you guys cannot get, kind of just put on what feels best. I feel like for signature size up, if you have a little bit lower ball control, I think D Wade, if you need an 80 for D Wade, and if you have anything lower than that, I would say probably put like Zach LaVine. I think you can get Zach LaVine at like a 70, so maybe try those. Those are definitely some of the better ones for a lower ball control. But that's about it for the dribble moves, and let's get into some of the actual moves and how to do them. Okay guys, so obviously starting on my play shot right here, I'm going to be going to the shoot around, and I'm going to be doing this for all my builds. I went over obviously the badges and dribble moves on this build, but I'm going to be showing you guys the moves I use on all my builds. So my play shot, then we'll go to Playglass, and then we'll go to facilitating finisher. So if you guys are here for one of those builds or here for a certain set of ball control, each one of those builds will cover a set of ball control and obviously the build itself. But anyway, some of the moves on this build I'm gonna go over individually, and then I'm gonna go over like just the most important moves and the best moves for a build like this, which is a play shot. So these go for pretty much any build that has a 85 plus ball control and it's under 6'5". The size of escape right here, what you're gonna want to do a size up escape crossover is you're gonna hold RT and move your right stick diagonal. If the ball's on my right hand, diagonal up to the left, and you can see that's the move I get. You want to do it to the other side, it's going to be diagonal up right, just like that. So you can see I go back and forth right here, and you get that move. Now, once you get that move, let's just move into a little bit of a combo right here. Once you get that move, so you do that size up escape, right? And then right after you do that, you let go of RT and do the same move again, but without holding RT this time. And you can see I get this move right here. You can see my player like glitches out. And once we do that, now that we have that down, make sure you guys get that down first. Once we have that down, we can then speed boost out of that. You guys can see it's gonna do this right here, which is a very, very overpowered move. You can see this move is really all about timing and holding RT and the angle of when you actually like release them, or when you actually like speed boost out of it. You guys can see I don't get it every time because I don't practice it often, but you guys can see it's a very, very overpowered move. This is one of the most basic moves you could do. Another very, very basic move is just the size of escape that I was showing you guys before. The size of escape crossover is literally just a speed boost out of it, like this. And another move you could do with this, that same thing I was talking about before, where you go the size of escape crossover to a normal crossover, you can then do it the other way. So watch what I do right here, size of escape, and then like that, and you guys can see I go the other way. And if you do this move a lot, let's say the defender knows you're gonna go back the other way, and then you just hit him with that move right there that I just showed you right there. You can speed boost both ways out of that move, which is very, very good. And those, I would say, are the two main things you guys can kind of do on a play shot. I know it's pretty simple, but like they're really like the two best moves. Another move I use is this pullback move right here. If you guys don't know how to do this move, it is going to be up on the right stick and down on the left stick at the same time. You just flick them up on the right stick, down on the left stick. It does not matter what hand the ball is in. And overall, my advice for anyone trying to dribble on a play shot is just kind of learning all these moves I just showed off right here and comboing them together, putting them together. That's going to be one of the most important things right here. You guys can see I'm just dribbling over and over and over again, and I have all these moves memorized in my muscle memory, and I can just do them over and over again without even like focusing on them. And once you guys get to that point, you're going to be a very, very good dribbler on. And I feel like every single move right here is pretty easy, and it's very, very easy to be learned. So if you guys take an hour, take 30 minutes out of your day and go to the my court and try to learn these dribble moves, you're going to be a very, very good dribbler on NBA 2K22. All right, so I'm now on my Playglass build right here, and this has a 80 ball control. I'll show you right now. Has a 80 ball control so you guys can see. And these are the badges I run, just quickly going over. I showed you guys in depth what badges I would run on like my play shot already. So I'm just going to be quickly going through the badges and dribble moves I use on this player. So these are the badges right here. And quickly going to my animations, I'll show you guys all my dribble moves real quick. And these right here are all my dribble moves. So quick, D Wade, basic, Damian Lillard, LeBron James, D Lillard, basic, Larry Bird, Jimmy Butler. These are all the dribble moves I use on my Playglass. They're slightly different just because I have a lower ball control, but you guys can see some of them are pretty similar. And that's gonna be the way, like it's gonna be trickled down. So whichever moves I can get at an 80 ball control, I'm gonna get. Are gonna be the same as like my play shot, but whichever ones I can't, I'm gonna find their replacement, and it's gonna be the same for my facilitating finisher when I get to that build. Hopping into the shoot around right here though, we do get some of the most important moves. Like I'm gonna say the pullback is one of the most important moves, or one of my favorite moves on this build. I told you guys that already, how to do this. So what you want to do is go up on the right stick and down on the left stick at the same time, and you guys can see it does that pullback move, and you can kind of just spam it if you have a high enough ball control. This build does, so I can kind of just spam it back and forth, and it works very, very well. Now, dribbling, I kind of dribble similarly on all my players. So if you guys did not watch my the play shot, like if you guys just skip to this part because you need a Playglass, I would go back and actually watch that. Like I would learn the dribble moves for my play shot because they kind of apply to every build and they're kind of the basics. But like I was saying, the size of escapes diagonal up while holding RT to the opposite ball hand. So the ball's on my left hand, diagonal up to the right. You guys can see this is that move. This is now Damian Lillard's size of escape package instead of Trae Young, and this move is just a little bit different. It takes a little bit getting used to just because of the way it works. It's a little bit faster, but the angle's a little bit weird. It's not as far back, and you guys could combo this move with pretty much anything. You guys can see I dribble the exact pretty much same, and the way I dribble, the only move that's different on this build, because you get Damian Lillard instead of Trae Young, you have this super long pullback move right here, which all you have to do is hold RT and flick down on the right stick, and you get this super long AI step back pullback move. It's very, very good. And overall, if you take some time out, you guys can see the dribble moves are a little bit different, but I dribble pretty much the same way. And isoing, it's very, very different. This build I'm isoing on my play shot, I usually take screens. And when you're dribbling with this build, what you really want to look for, one of the key moves is driving and making them think you're gonna drive, like right here. So if I was driving right here, they would be going there, all their motion would be going towards the basket, and then what you do is just hit them with an AI step back. You're right at the 3-point line, and really mastering being at the perfect spot to do that AI step back and get to the 3-point line exactly, especially on a low 3-ball build, is very, very key and very, very important, and overall just helps this build out a lot. And let's say they play you right when you're driving and you do the AI step back, all you have to do is literally just go the opposite direction. You just do your AI step back and then go like this. It's very, very simple. It's all about just like kind of like tricking your defender, pretty much. I'd say tricking them, because making them think you're gonna do one move. And ISO defense is really just like guesswork. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty much guesswork. So you gotta make them think you're gonna do something and then do something else. Another good move I like on this build actually is going to be the moving behind the back. So let's say I were to just drive right here and then do the moving behind the back. You guys can see I can go all the way to the 3-point line back. Now this is because this moving behind the back I want is Damian Lillard. It's not Scottie Pippen. Scottie Pippen is different, but Damian Lillard. And what this move allows you to do is just go back to the 3-point line, which is really, really cool. Not a lot of moves in this game do that. You guys can see I could run like backwards to the side, which is very, very good about this move, and you guys can see it can work in some pretty decent situations. There's some situations where this move could actually be really, really effective. And finally, last but not least for this build is going to be the spin back right here. And with this move, I honestly don't do it a lot unless I'm like just trolling and having fun, so it's not really one of those moves you guys need to learn. But if you guys do want to learn, I'll explain it really quick. So the first move, the between the legs part, is going to be holding RT and flicking your right stick to the opposite ball hand. So if the ball's on my right, it's to the left, and the ball's on my left, it's to the right. Once you do that, let's say the ball is in my left hand, right? The ball is in my left hand. I drive, I do the between the legs, right? So the ball, once I do the between the legs, the ball is now in my right hand. Once the ball is in my right hand, I'm still holding RT, and I'm gonna push up on the right stick and then do a full 180. So it's gonna go from 12 to 6. It's gonna do a full 180 from the top to the bottom. It's gonna do a spin to the right. So let's go like this. You guys can see I do the spin, and that final move after you get that down, is just gonna be a tap on the LT button. You literally just tap the LT button, and it does that little hesitation. So you guys watch. I'll do this again from the right side. Bang, boom. There you go. That's all you have to do. Practice it. Get it down. If you guys are still confused, just go back, rewind, and watch that part again. I know it's kind of hard to explain, but hopefully the controller or the visual on the screen that I put after when I edit this video is going to help out a little bit. But like I said, it's hard to explain. Just go back and watch it again if you didn't get it. And eventually, if you practice enough, you will get it down. Alright guys, and finally on my facilitating finisher, quickly showing you guys the badges for this build. Very, very simple. Got the key badges on it, because I really don't get that many badges on this build. So I got the key playmaking badges that I need, and these are it. If you guys only have 9, these are the ones I would go with. And also, as you guys can see, this build only has a 72 ball control, so this is going to be anywhere for 70 ball control. And also, I would use this for 75 plus as well, because not too many dribble moves changes from 70 to 75. Look for the 70 and the 80 ball control ratings. For if you're at 75, look between those two builds that I showed in this video, and you guys will get all the right dribble moves. And yeah, here are the dribble moves I use on this player. Right here, you can see a lot of them are similar, a lot of them are different. So make sure you guys go through, see which ones you can get, see which ones you can't get. If you only have a 70 ball control, you're gonna be able to get all of these. If you have a 75, you might be able to get some of the dribble moves on my other players, so go and check those out as well. But quickly getting into the shoot around, I don't want this to take too much time, and a lot of these moves are pretty similar from my Playglass, because these builds are very, very similar. the one most important part about this build is just the LeBron. You have LeBron type of escape, which allows you to do this same move again. So how you do this move, I already explained it in this video, but hold RT and just flick back on the right stick and you do this move. And one of the key parts about doing this move on this build is making sure you switch up which direction you're going. So do one that way, one the other way. You see, I'm speed boosting different directions every single time. And what this does is it makes the defender guess which direction you're going. Now, as far as other moves on this build go, there's really not too many. You still have the pullback move like this that you could do. You can't really spam it that well, but you can still do it on this build. Like this build is mainly like the dribbling on this build is mainly going to be used with this AI step back and just spam it, like literally just spam it. Like don't feel bad for your opponent, just spam it. And then once you get open, you have the shot. Obviously there's really not too much to go about this build in particular. Kind of just that AI step back, you have the pullback. You have just like a normal crossover too that you guys could do and just speed boost out of it. There's really not too much to do with a lower ball control like this, but having that AI step back is very good and it's very key. So make sure you guys get that on a build with a low ball control. And yeah, that's gonna be about it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. I went over all my builds. I get a lot of questions and a lot of comments asking about what dribble moves I use on this build, so comment down below if this video did help you out. I try to, like, if I get a bunch of comments about something, I'm gonna make a video on it. So I made this video for a dribble tutorial. I gave you guys all the different dribble moves you guys needed, and obviously how to do some of the most important moves on each of the builds. So yeah, make sure to subscribe if you did enjoy this video, and I'm out, man. Peace.